Welcome to Linux video session. In the previous video we had seen the details about the access controls and what is SE Linux and the different modes and policies under SE Linux. Now in this video we are actually going to see the working of SE Linux and the commands related to the SE Linux. So first of all we are going to see the command to check the status of SE Linux that is currently being implemented. For that the command is get enforce. So get enforce command displays you the current SE Linux information. So in order to see that, we will just execute the command in the terminal by giving the command get enforce and just press enter. So here it has been displayed to you the mode that has been currently applied. So this is the permissive mode of SE Linux that has been implemented. So in this way you can see the current mode of SE Linux using the get enforce command. Now the next command, that is SE status. So this is also a more detailed command which displays SE Linux status, current mode and other details. So if you want to execute this command, just go in the terminal and on the terminal just execute the command SE status. So here this command tells you the SE Linux status, that is it is enabled, because in permissive mode the SE Linux, though it's enabled, it's not enforced. It will only generate warning messages. Then now here in SE Linux FS mount, it will show you the details, the mount point of SE Linux file system. It's on /SE Linux. Then the next, that is the current mode, as we have discussed earlier in get enforce. It's permissive, and the mode that is set in the config file for SE Linux is permissive. Then is the policy version, which is 24, and the default policy from the config file, that is targeted, which you can see on the last line. So this is about the SE status command. Now there's another command, that is set enforce. So set enforce command, the set enforce command is used to modify SE Linux mode. So here I am just giving the command set enforce. There's a value that needs to be passed, but as of now I am just going to give an enter. So it's telling that either you can give the string enforcing in front of set enforce in order to go in enforcing mode, or else you can give permissive, but as of now we are currently in permissive mode itself. Then after that it's telling that if you assign value 1, it's for enforcing, and in order to make your system work in permissive mode, the value you can give 0 instead of the string permissive. So this is also a command by which you can set the SE Linux mode. Now there's a configuration file. Okay, so here we are now going to see how to enable the system with SE Linux mode enforcing. So in this, what we have to do is just open the configuration file vi/etc/se-linux/config, vim/etc/se-linux/config, and here you can see the details. The lines marked in blue are disabled, whereas the lines in black color which you are seeing are enabled. So here if you want, you can do it in enforcing mode. Just you have to replace the permissive by the word enforcing. But the real scenario we are going to see it, which is as follows. As of now I am just coming outside without making any changes. We are now just going to consider a scenario where we have to actually implement the SE Linux. So the scenario is, you are a strong administrator, you are a system administrator of a company named ZTech. Your company needs strong mechanism to protect your data. Then The next is it needs a program which works on Mac, that is mandatory access control mechanism, which we have discussed earlier. And then it's been told to us that set up the SLinux in such a way that it uses full protection for preventing your network from intrusion. Make sure that the SLinux protection is permanent after reboot. So for this scenario we are going to see the details. So in order to make the SLinux work in enforcing mode as per the scenario, we have to go in the main configuration file, that is vim/etc slinux/config. Here you can see that it's permissive, as I have told you before. So just we have to set the mode as enforcing. Here it's already been told you in the information what values you need to pass for in front of SLinux. Enforcing, that is SLinux policies enforced. Permissive, SLinux prints warnings instead of enforcing. And lastly, disabled, in which SLinux is fully disabled. But as of now, as per our scenario, we want full protection by implementing the MAC mechanism. So MAC mechanism, that is mandatory access control mechanism, is in SLinux. So we have to provide complete protection. For that purpose, I am setting the mode for SLinux as enforcing, and they have told you in the scenario that it should be permanent. So in order to make it permanent, first I will save my file, save the configuration, and restart my system. Init space 6. So my system is getting booted. So after installation, the SLinux mode the system would be as enforcing. So we can either use the get enforce command to check the SE status at that time, or you can use the SE status command. So the system is getting started. When you are in disabled mode, and if you want to just go in the enforcing mode, then you can go through the same setting in etc SLinux, and in config file you have to just make an entry enforcing as we have done and restart the system. But when your previous stage of SLinux is in disabled mode, then in that case it will take a lot of time to load the SLinux. So once you restart your system, at the time of booting also, the system will once again get started, and then actually your system would be up in SLinux. Whereas now our system was already in permissive mode, so it won't take much time. It will directly go to the enforcing mode. This is the Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server 6.0. So the SLinux has been loaded. We will just confirm it. Here is the login screen. Machine name station.domain250.example.com, and just log in through the root user and the password for the root user. Now the desktop will appear of the root user with the applications and other details on the desktop. Now just open terminal, and when I execute the command SE status, we'll see what's it's displaying. SE status. So here you can see the SE status is enabled. The current mode it's showing you as enforcing. The current mode it's showing you enforcing, and the mode from config file is also enforcing. Okay, so as per our scenario which said that we need to implement the MAC mechanism, we have successfully done it and provided full protection for our system. So in this way we have seen how the SE Linux works. That's all. Thank you.